Well, welcome back to base camp, WNC. As you can see right here, uncovering the strawberry plants. It's been down in the 20s here the last couple days, and I think by Wednesday they're calling for 70 some degrees, so time to get the plants back out, get some pollination going on here, give them a little sunshine to grow. We're going to take you on a farm tour. They're going to be uncovering all these berries today. And got all the front field that was all planted in cabbage and broccoli and all that stuff. It's all been plowed and disked up. We'll see how things are going. We'll go take a look at the berries before we get done here. Let them get out the way. We'll go down and take a look at strawberry plants and see what everything else all looks like. Well, I thought I'd show you this. This is January the 28th here on the coast in South Carolina. And Walter done said they done picked over 100 flats of berries already. But this is January the 28th. It was just 20-some degrees the other night. And if you look down here, if the sun don't glare and wash out the photograph, there's a pile of berries out here already. January the 28th. It's a little bit hard picking first week or two of February. Well, we're all the way down the far end of the field. They got all the covers pulled up. Of course, you can see them up here right now. They're going through picking off berries. We're hoping right now that down here on the coast, this is about the last thing, the berries will go down to about 30 degrees without being damaged. And of course, putting them under freeze protection, what you're really after is trying to protect that blossom. And of course, most of these blossoms are either like these, that are already pollinated and the berries are forming. Most of that all happened when it was 70-some degrees here at Christmas time. That's where all these red berries came from right now. It's Christmas time. And that's kind of why they're either red or they're green, one or the other. Of course, it turned cool. But looking at right now, I'd say the middle of February, the public will be in here picking berries. So they're looking good, a whole lot better than I thought they'd be this time of the year, and a lot more red berries. But they'll probably end up with 300-400 boxes or flats of strawberries after all this is done. There's a pile of them out there, a lot more than you think. When we get done, we're going to go over and look at the raspberries, or the blackberries, and busy seeding broccoli and cauliflower now in the house. We'll go over there too. Well, we're over in the Blackberry Patch, and we got two different varieties. And this right here is the dividing line. You can kind of tell where these stems here don't have a whole lot of leaves. And this variety here tends to retain its leaves. But all the dead canes were taken out last year. Still haven't figured out the best mulching system. We had plastic down, that didn't work. But we have put a water line, tied it to the bottom of the wire, and then we have these spray emitters now. Had a problem, I think laying over there in the dirt was the last time's old drip tape. Had a problem with the rabbits chewing too many holes in it. This up here on the top tends to stop them from doing that. This has been up for a year. It worked last year pretty good, so I guess everything's a learning curve. You're always trying to figure out what it takes to do it. We completely redone the irrigation systems on it twice now, so hopefully this one here is going to work. Fair amount of money invested, keep replacing it, redoing it, but it tends to work pretty good here this year. But they're ready to go this year. We're only waiting for warmer weather, and don't really see any buds coming out on it yet. I mean, they are right there. They're not opening or cracking up, but like I said, it did just get done 20 degrees, and the strawberries looked the way they did because they were under all them covers, and there's a big temperature difference between the two. Let's see what this other field looks like. Try to head up to the seeding operation, and maybe they're up there seeding broccoli. Well, here's something that's changed a little bit since last year. I see we got 2 persimmon trees left. Part of the old grapevines left. Guess Walter got mad. He tore all the persimmon trees out that were here. I guess they were more trouble than they were worth. This year here, you can see in the foreground right here, all new blueberry plants. Those in the background weren't really grown, maintained right properly. So this is a new varieties for the heat. Last year we went through it. This is actually erosion control, like silk fence material that's put down with the plastic laying machine, and then put the plants through it, and drip irrigation line, trying to keep the weeds down. We're trying something different. Last year we took all the berries, we beat all the berries off so the plant would get established. And this year we hope to have some berry production. Let's see if I can get it to where you can see the buds that are all over the place. And this is 2 new varieties. I got 2 different varieties in this field here. We are on the coast of South Carolina. Because of the heat, we keep coming up with different varieties that'll do better. If you're getting ready to plant on your homestead or something, and you can't go by, and I have people that'll email me what variety you have. Well, if you're down here on the coast, it might match up. If you're in the mountains or in the Midlands, you might not want this variety. Down here, the heat gets rather intense down here. And if you go to your local big box store, your garden center, I'm sorry, but they're pretty much going to sell you whatever they make $1 on. If they can get it and sell it, they're going to do it. They're not necessarily what should be your place. So go down the road, find a place like this that grows them, and ask them what variety they grow. Ask them what variety they recommend. They may tell you like we did. Everything that was here, we ripped out and tore out. Those big ones will go next year. When we get done harvesting this year, we're going to tear them all down and replant that with a better variety. So ask somebody who does it. Most people are nice enough that they're informed enough that they're not trying to, it's not a trade secret. They'll tell you what variety they're growing. And it's, like I said, it's not what you can buy. It's what's best for your area. If you can't buy that plant, you do better to wait a year, order them, and get what you really should plant instead of trying to find something that'll just stick in there and be green for a while, but then you'll fight it for a long time. I've had a couple requests, and I'm going to tell you right now, I do not have plans for my little vegetable seeder. And all I've taken, I'm going to show you the plans right now. Here's a piece of plywood. Now this thing here is probably pushing 20 years old. Piece of 2x4 cut down to a notch. I'll explain this to you right here. But basically, we use these trays. Fits in just like that. And maybe when the guys get back, we'll do it. But this is nothing but a box. Couple pieces of steel that keep the lid from being sucked in. Vacuum cleaner gets pushed in this hole, and there's a hole here drilled that matches up to every one of the holes in the tray. We'll put this thing over there. Like I said, I'll see if they get back from lunch, we'll get this thing running. Pour a scoop of seed in here, shove it back and forth. Each little seed gets sucked down to a hole. Pour the extra off in the bin. Turn this thing over. Set it right over top of the tray. Open up the vacuum hole right here. Tap on the back of it with a stick. Close the hole up. and go again. And all the seed then fall out right into the trays. I don't really have, like I said, a set of plans to it. That's about it. I got 2 or 3 different size trays, so I got 2 or 3 different size boxes for it. Maybe one of these days, if some people are interested, I'll really shoot a video for it and measure it and kind of show you what these are, and you can go from there. But we will basically seed right there about 300,000 seeds a day. That holds 72 in there in that tray, but we'll seed a couple 100,000 seeds. We have done as many as 500,000 seeds in a day. We'll go in the greenhouse now and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, it ain't but 2 of them, and this is what they got done. They had to get started this morning. And of course, like everything else, it was kind of cold. It was in the 20s here this morning, so motivation was probably not that high to get a whole lot done at one time. But they start, and this is all broccoli, and they'll do about 2, 3 times this much every couple weeks. So I have about 3 plantings of it total in the year. Well, after last year when we got done, we built this whole new thing for a packing shed, because the restaurant was going to be over there. This is now going to become the kitchen. So that's what I'm here this week to do. We're going to frame walls all the way down in the back, and of course all the stoves, ovens, donut machine, deep fryers is all going on this wall, and stuff on the back. Sinks all going over here. Let's see, right here at this post right here coming across will be the sales counter, and the prep station's back behind it. Got to fill this all in, build it in, put some walls up, and that's this week's project. Go ahead and get that stuff done. And all this is somewhat temporary, because what the plan is, come here, take this tree out, and we're going to build a complete restaurant right over here, which will be for barbecue pits, oyster pits, everything. You'll be able to see it while we're eating. And this is going to be part of the agri-tourism business here at the farm. Well, time for me to get a framing hammer out and a chalk line and get to work. I'll probably take some videos of what I'm doing, but that's it for now. And as usual, tell your friends, like it, share it, subscribe. We're here to help. If you need some plans or some ideas or consultation, it's what I do. So give me a shot at it. Talk to you later.